Hey, what's up, Silver Trader FM subscribers and viewers? It's Monday Metals again, and wow, we seem to be forming a pattern here. Every Monday so far seems to be quite bullish. Nasdaq up almost 1%, S&P up 0.75, Dow Jones up about 0.4%. And the Dow Jones and S&P 500 make new highs once again. The printing machine continues to raise the markets. So I've been in ZSL for the longest time, since SmackDown back in the February, writing it down or writing it up for a few weeks, but I saw the tides changing back on Thursday, so I bailed out of that, got into some USLV, and so far the bet on that's been right. USLV had a good 8% at one point, then narrowed back down to 6.4%. I'm riding that with a trailing stop loss of 3.5%. Why do I gamble with these? Hey, I'm a gambler. I go to Vegas quite often, so why not trade with these volatile stocks? There's money to be made if you're willing to gamble. So, topic today is the rise of the dragon, and basically there's a financial analyst, Larry Edelson of Money and Markets. I believe he has his own company as well, and basically he's saying, we are being betrayed, and 2012 being the year of the dragon, so appropriate, is potentially the year when China will take over economically and politically over the world and the reserve currency of the world. And we already know that the U.S. currency is already in trouble as far as being the petrodollar and being the trading of commodities dollar between nations, where a lot of nations are already deciding to either trade in their own currency or trade using precious metals. But basically he gets into our media, for example, is denying the fact that China already is rich and can now dictate economic policy to the world, even to the United States of America, right? So you gotta check out this video of his. It's quite interesting, and he makes a lot of good points onto why China is already poised to take on the reins as the new world superpower, as we've already seen in many instances, and their hoarding of gold really, confirms that there's some big event that they're planning for this year or following years to transition off the US dollar. Here's another one. The IMF fund just dropped a bombshell. Nobody noticed. They said first time international organization set the date for a moment when the age of America will end and overtaken by China. People just close their ears and don't hear a thing. Here's another one. Peterson, University of Pennsylvania, says China is already the world's #1 economic power. And the thing is that they proved it, right? Proof is in the real terms. Here's a GDP comparison. China is at 9.2%, while the US barely is trying to reach 2%. Debt, who's in debt and who's not too much in debt. China 1.9, US 145 trillion, where we are indebted to China, who has the larger cash reserves, right? China definitely is hoarding a boatload of cash and gold, and Washington has almost no cash on hand and borrowing constantly, almost, I believe it was 50 cents on the dollar is borrowed. Number of workers, US has under 60 million. China, although with the greater population, of course, they will have a larger worker population, but they are, about 4 times the amount of workers compared to the United States. Last but not least, who's bowing to who, right? Is it tradition of China to bow to each other when you shake your hands? I thought that was a Japanese tradition, right? But Obama is obviously bowing to Hu Jintao, right? So maybe he knows something we don't. He's bowing to the next leader of the world superpower, economically and politically. So check out that video. It's going to be an interesting video to watch. Let's get into the precious metals. Silver. I was saying last week that if we fell below this 32.6, it could be bearish, but if we stay above it, they'll be quite bullish, as you can see here. We're trying to hang on, fell apart, got back up, trying to blast through it. 1, 2, 3, for fourth or fifth time in the 4-hour chart, we finally blasted through Monday morning, and we are trying to hover up here at 33 with a good amount of volume. And for gold, we are still trying to make it up to the 1700 range. We did have a nice pop-up today, and that brought up to the 1680 range, and that's where plenty of contracts are being made. We'll see if that trend can continue for gold and silver. Looking at the charts, this is the gold chart. Looks like we're trying to make it up over here. Could be a mini head and shoulders pattern, but we're just trying to make our way back up. If we hit our head here and fall back down, we may hit this lower trend line and just squeeze ourselves until we need to make a decisive move in gold, and seems to be a bullish move at this moment for gold. So each day before is on a higher high and higher low, so that's a bullish move for gold. So let's take a look at silver. Silver in the bigger picture is still in this gigantic downtrend, right? This gigantic downtrend for silver. But the thing is, we haven't seen it go below this 26 level right here, so it can remain bullish for silver. We are going sideways for now, and we're trying to get over this 33 area, next resistance level. So we've touched it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth time and be the charm. So we may hit it, then we can make our way up to 33.9 or 34, and that would be a good sign for silver, trying to go up and over this downtrend channel, right? So we may hit it, go back down again, test it again, hit it again, then we'll see if we can make our way up to maybe 35 from there. Okay, so that's all for now for the metals. This is Silver Trader FM. It's Monday Metals. Have a good week. Keep stacking on the pullbacks. Silver Trader FM, I'm out for now. Take care.